Draft number 2. So draft number 2 is all about making sure that everything that we see is going in the right spot on our paper. So hopefully what you're going to notice between drafts 1 and draft 2 is whether you are drawing the trees or our circle or our patterns. We want to make sure that they're in the right spot, because we are looking at a drawing, and when we're looking at something and we're doing an observational drawing, we want it to look as much like what we're looking at as possible. So this is a lot different than imagination drawing. So we're going to do the drawing in the same order that we did the first one, and we're going to go ahead and start with our foreground. And looking at our reference picture, we notice that our foreground line is underneath our horizontal line of our grid. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that when I am drawing this line, that I am below the horizontal line that was printed for you. My half circle, my little hole, goes about halfway down of box number 2 and makes its way up to the same level as your first line and comes across. So what we're looking for here is we want to make sure that our straight lines are not above our horizontal line, and we want to make sure that our hole or our semicircle is not going all the way down to the bottom. Next is the pattern of our foreground, and this one should be really easy, because if you put your semicircle in the right spot, you're just going to draw a straight line down and another straight line down. So we have 2 vertical lines that start where our hole is and also end where our hole is. We're going to have the middle of our pattern straight down. And our horizontal lines will start in the middle of this line, make its way towards our vertical line, but they're not touching. So same thing on this side, we're going to go about the middle, and we're going to work our way towards our vertical line, but they don't touch. We're going to draw 2 horizontal lines, and this is just underneath the hole and not touching. And we're going to do another one underneath. So what we're looking for here on our foreground is we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pattern shapes in this box with a large one, and the top should not be touching the line that was printed. On the left hand side, in box number 1, 2, 3, and box number 3, we want to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pattern shapes, a large blank space, and the top of our foreground is not touching the top of our box number 3. Completing our semicircle. The circle gets wider as it comes up, so I want to make sure that when I'm coming up, I'm going at least to the middle, if not a little bit further. And this side, the same thing. Okay, it's not a perfect circle, it's more of a long oval that gets cut in half. So we just want to make sure that it's in the right spot. We want to make sure that it comes up and it's going about halfway, and then about halfway. Our trees are super simple because they are all above this line. So none of our trees are going to be short and down here. So this is going to help with your size to make sure nothing gets too small. So tree number 1 starts right here on the bottom, and this is the biggest and tallest one, so it's going to go up almost to the top but not all the way. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my large one, draw my medium, and my small. So all circles are above the printed line. The trunk of the tree, one of your lines will be in the left side and one of them will be on the right side. The tree on the right will come down to the line, but it will be a little bit shorter, so it won't be as tall. And you'll draw your medium and your small. So all of our trees are above this center line. And then you can go ahead and do your 2 vertical lines. Same thing over here. We want to go ahead and make sure that this tree is above our center line. And we have a medium and a small for the top of our tree. And 2 vertical lines to finish those off. And what we're looking for is we want to make sure that our center tree is in the middle of our page and that our right tree is above our center line and in box number 2. Our left hand side tree should be in box number 1 above our center line. Our semi-oval, our semicircle starts in the middle of box 1. Comes into box 3 halfway down, comes up and halfway into box number 2. And we want to make sure that our straight line is underneath our center line that was printed, and just double check the patterns that they're on the right side and in the right box. Today is all about drafts. So when we watch Austin's butterfly, the more he drew the butterfly, the better he got at it. So that's what we're going to do. I want you to do as many drafts as you can get. Some of you are going to do 3 drafts today, some of you are going to do 5 drafts, some of you are going to do 8 drafts. But we're going to be continuing to practice the same picture that you chose. So your next sheet of paper will have the grid for you, and you'll keep watching this video, the gridded video, until the end of class. Next week we'll have new videos for you that will explain our color choices. So we're going to pick our best drawing of the ones that we did today, and then we're going to go ahead and talk about color next week. Good luck.